Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the treehouse from the movie Boss Baby. And just to let you know, I have already made Boss Baby's actual house, aka the Templeton house, which I have also built the actual treehouse in the back garden of. I'm not even sure if that sentence makes sense. So you might want to make this house first. It's up to you. It's completely up to you, but I will leave the tutorial for this house in both the card system and the description below. You'll be able to find it very, very easily. And then logically, if you wanted to have both of these builds, it'd be easier to make the house first and then this glorious tree house afterwards. But as I said, it's completely up to you. If you enjoy this tutorial, please do remember to give this video a like. That'd really help me out. It honestly would. And if you do want to check out any more stuff by me, not only can you, of course, find the Templeton house in both the card system and the description below, but you can find all sorts of other creative builds in there too. But without any further ado, let's get this thing started. So, before we begin, if you are making it in the back garden of the Templeton house, you're going to want to make it in around this position right here. Like, you're not going to want to be too close to the fence on the back of the house or the right-hand side of the house. You want to be a decent distance away. And the base of the actual tree itself doesn't take up a massive amount more space than a 3x3 area. So make sure that you've got enough space, make sure that you're making it in the right place. Make sure that you have all of these materials right here, which we are going to need absolutely every single one of these, maybe even more. Sometimes I forget about stuff. Make sure that you have absolutely everything. Once you have your stuff, once you've figured out where you want to make it, we can begin. So I'm going to start off with a row of 7 jungle wood coming up from the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to place a row of jungle wood directly to the right of this, coming up from the ground like so. I then want to place in front of the left row of jungle wood, I want to place ladders. So this is how we are going to be getting up and down the treehouse. On the right row, I'm going to be placing signs. You see, on the original version of the treehouse itself that you would be able to see in the film, there is ladders made out of like planks of wood. So these signs look more realistic and the ladders actually work. If you could climb up the signs, that'd be wonderful, but you can't. So we now want to take, once you've placed these 2 rows, you want to take the wood at the top of the ladders and you want to extend it to the left by 3 using spruce wood planks. 1, 2, and 3. Just like that, coming out of the top. You then want to place a upside down spruce wood stairs coming out of the 3rd block. You then want to place on top of this a spruce wood plank. In front of this, a birch wood stairs. On top of this, a spruce wood plank. In front of this, a birch wood stairs. On top of that, a birch wood slab. In front of that, a birch wood slab. On top of this, 2 birch wood fence, 1 and 2. And now we're going to shape the ship a little bit better. So we want to take this singular spruce wood plank that we have right here, and we want to place... you see, it's kind of tricky to explain. From the spruce wood plank, we want to place a plank coming backwards and outwards from this plank. So, like this. And then we want to do it again. So, backwards and towards us like this, in that position. We then want to place 2 spruce woods going to the right of this second plank. 1, and actually let me make sure that there is actually 2. You actually only want to place 1 spruce wood, and then you want to form a birch wood plank to the right of that. So like this, okay? We then want to place birch wood slabs on top of everything that we've just placed. So on top of the spruce wood planks and of course the singular birch wood plank. We also want to place birchwood slabs underneath everything that we've just placed. So underneath this block, this block, this block, and this block. And you want to, inside of these blocks, so like inside of this row of birchwood slabs, want to place sprucewood planks, like this. The reason for this is because now if you look at it from the outside, you get a very cool effect like this. And we want to do a very similar deal on the opposite side, okay? So now if we come to the opposite side of the ship, and we take this very singular sprucewood plank here, you want to place a, backwards and outwards placed sprucewood plank here, coming outwards from this singular plank. And then another one, like that. You then want to go back by 7 from this plank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. You then want to place backwards and coming across a sprucewood plank again, like that. Then come across by 2, 1, 2. Then you want to place coming towards us now, and to the left, another sprucewood plank. Go left by 1, and then place a birchwood plank next to it. On top of everything that we've just placed, and I do mean everything, place birchwood slabs. So on top of all of the sprucewood planks and on top of the singular birchwood plank, place birchwood slabs. Also do the same underneath. So just as you did before, you want to place above and underneath every single one of the planks using your birchwood slabs. Like that. That's looking cool. We then want to do a row of sprucewood planks all the way around the inside. So like we did here, where we placed sprucewood slabs inside of the birchwood slabs, you want to do the same thing. So simply place sprucewood planks like this all the way around the inside of the ship. And this is going to actually give us our base, because we can then simply fill in the middle of this using birchwood planks like this, like that, and we should be left with this, which is looking pretty decent if I do say so myself. We just have to make the back of the ship now, which is quite simple. So we take this jungle wood, and we place 2 sprucewood planks coming back. That would be 1, 2, and then an upside down sprucewood stairs here, like that. And now it actually looks like a real ship. And once you've done that, you might want to add another row of ladders here and perhaps another sign here. And that will then allow us to go all the way from the ground, all the way up to the top inside the ship. But we are missing a couple of things for the ship. So the first thing is, you know this block that we just placed ladders on? Yeah, this one. Left of this, you want to place a row of 7 spruce planks coming up from this block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You want to grab... I cannot believe I forgot this material. I do apologize. I always give this disclaimer. I almost always forget something. We need quartz stairs for this next bit. I'm so sorry that I didn't grab them at the start. I always forget something. I do apologize. Okay. So the quartz stairs want to be placed facing forwards in front of the 6th sprucewood plank block, and then extended left and right by, well, I mean, I'm trying to figure out how wide I want the sail. Probably extended left and right by 2, 1, 2, and the opposite side 1, 2. Yeah, that looks kind of okay. Or do we want it to, you know what, we'll have an extra block, we'll make it 3, okay? So we'll make the sail bigger than the actual ship itself, like that. But the problem that we're going to have is we want to place a row of quartz stairs in front of and below this. So you're going to have to place a quartz stairs here, okay? And then we want to have a row of quartz stairs in front of and below the original row of stairs. Like that. We then want to delete this, and place a row of upside down, forwards facing quartz stairs underneath that row. Like this. Then, the only thing we have to do now, and I think this is tricky, is we have to place a row of upside down quartz stairs underneath and inside of the row that we have just made. So the effect that we're looking for looks like this. It almost looks as though there's like air in the sail, and that's the effect that we're looking for because it's quite a cool effect, right? Okay, so once we've done that, we now want to add another bit of detail. So the back of the ship is raised in comparison to the front of the ship. So you want to take this back part of the ship here, you want to add in a stairs block in this position, spruce wood planks everywhere else at the back part of the ship, and then that is actually just raised a little bit. It's a bit more factual, it looks a little bit better, I think. We have to add a couple more things to the actual ship itself before we continue. So there's a banner, so we need a black banner, crafting table, we need bone meal, black concrete, we need buttons, we need end rods, glowstone, and some wooden trapdoors. And we will also need some more jungle wood. So first, we'll craft the banner. We're going to chuck down the crafting table, we'll open it up, we'll place the black banner in the bottom center part of the crafting table. And we'll place a diagonal row of bone meal starting from the bottom left-hand corner all the way up to the top right-hand corner. Grab the new banner, put it in the bottom center of the table, place a row of bone meal starting from the bottom right hand corner, moving up to the top left hand corner. So you have an X flag. This is about as close as I could get to like a normal looking like pirate banner, and we're just going to place it in front of the top of the row of birch wood fence, like that. We also want to, using a black concrete, place a black concrete in this position on the outside part of the ship, and we want to place a button on the side of that. And that's kind of like, I can't remember what that is, it's either like a tire or an anchor or something. We also want to, using birch fence, we want to place a birch fence in this position on the ship. We want to place a birch fence here in this position, and also here as well on this position. The ship itself is like planked onto onto a tree, so that's kind of like just a little bit of a support structure. We want to, using end rods, we want to place end rods underneath this front upcoming stairs here. We want to place 3 moving down, 1, 2, 3. With a glowstone underneath, and we want to place wooden trapdoors everywhere else. So we just want to place some wooden trapdoors around the glowstone. And that is just another little bit of detail there that just helps to improve things a little bit. Now you see, that's a pretty cool looking ship, right? I mean, you could even put that in the water and it would look great, minus the glowstone, but that's pretty decent looking. The next part of this is going to be a bit tricky to explain for the tutorial. You see, a lot of this you're going to have to kind of like, you're going to have to feel it and figure it out yourself, but I'll show you what we've got to do. So there's 2 parts of the tree that we need to make, okay? You want to place a row of jungle wood underneath the middle part of the boat. Yeah, you want to place a row of jungle wood underneath the middle part of the boat. Like this. And this row of jungle wood it doesn't want to collide with the glowstone, but it does want to like move up with like the boat like this. And we want to have a row of like jungle wood like this that kind of like follows the contour of the boat a little bit and comes up and in front of it. Now, ours don't have to be the same, but what is important is that the row of jungle woods is like, it's not just like a 1 block thick branch. It wants to be nice and 3D like this. And it actually wants to come up a bit further than this. You see, part of the tree is going to be hinged on this part. And I also want to like reinforce the branch a little bit. So something like that would look good. That's about as far out as we want to go. We might even want to maybe bring it up a little bit, maybe just like here or so, just to make it look a bit more natural, but that's pretty much it. We also want to do a similar thing at the back here, like at the back of the ship, we want to also place jungle wood underneath the back of the ship like this, just so that it is supported by the tree, like that's the idea. I mean, you don't have to, you know, go in. It depends how much detail you want to add, like it depends how much tree you do want to add, how real you want it to look, but the point is that the whole thing has to look as though it is being supported by the tree. And you might want to make these branches thicker as well, like this. And you might want them to come a little bit like outwards and up and down and stuff. Like, you might really want to make it look as though that the tree itself is in fact supporting the boat. Luckily, with Minecraft, it's not a big deal if you know, it doesn't look 100% real, because, you know, everything floats. But something like that looks good. And you might even want to do a similar thing on the opposite side, so maybe like reinforce this branch a little bit, maybe have it come this way, just to make it look as though it is actually being supported by something. I mean, we could even connect these two rows down to the ground like this, or maybe just one of the rows to keep it a little bit different. That looks okay. It might actually be better from a... No, that's fine actually, that's fine, that looks fine, and might change it to that way. And yeah, that actually looks quite good, like it looks like the boat's being supported a bit more, right? I want to add another branch in the middle of the boat. So you know where we have the stair for the boat here, where it takes us up to this bigger bit? Take the plank next to it and place like a row of 5 jungle wood, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. And then expand the row of jungle wood outwards a bit, okay? So just make it look 3D, make it look normal like that. And that, no, maybe that. That looks a little bit better. I'm not a big fan of how that looks right now, but we can make it look better. And that's like the frame of the tree, if that makes sense. That's the frame of the tree. And then we're just going to make the base of the tree look a bit chunkier as well, so that it looks as though that the tree itself could actually, if it wanted to, support something this big and huge, like that. So the base of the tree looks a bit chunkier now. I'm also going to add some you know, like roots and stuff, how sometimes they're visible. I also want to add a little bit of that at the base of the tree, so maybe like this, and maybe a little bit like that, you know, just on both sides of the tree, make it look normal. You can do a similar thing on the back, you can like build things up a bit. You don't have to go too crazy with this, because it is all fantasy anyway. I mean, the movie's about a talking baby. I mean, how realistic do you have to get here? So that's like a good, that's a nice point to have the tree. And whilst we are doing detail, by the way, use birchwood fence, black concrete, and a button. And we want to, somewhere on the end of this sticky out part of the tree, we want to place a row of birchwood fence coming down, like 5 might do, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we want to place a black concrete and a button in front of the black concrete. And that is, I think, a tire swing is what that's supposed to be. You could even make something that looks a bit more like a tire, to be honest, but that's a nice little placeholder. And now that we have all of this, and this honestly looks kind of good, this is how the tree would probably look in winter. Now we have to add leaves. Now I'm going to use jungle leaves because they're my favourite colour of leaves and they look the best in my opinion. And the idea is this. So we have to add jungle leaves in such a way that we don't cover up the boat. So I would suggest starting at the back, and place a row of jungle leaves that comes out of the back a bit. It wants to come up and out like trees do. And we kind of want to make like a template. Like we want to make kind of like a shape that the leaves are going to sort of follow like this. Like I did say that a lot of this is going to have to be like, you know, you're going to have to do this a lot by hand. Yours won't look exactly like mine, but we kind of want to do this, right? So we kind of have like a semicircle around the tree, and we want to fill the back of it in first. And this is easy. So you're going to want to just do this very fast. You're just going to want to place blocks kind of loosely following the shape around the tree, part of the tree that you've just made. So like this, it wants to be random. It doesn't want to look like it's been made by us. And we just want to kind of like use this semicircular shape, and we just want to we just want to make it look as though it's like actual tree leaves. And the point of this is that we want to, we want to have leaves around the boat, okay? So we want to have leaves around the boat because, you know, there's leaves on the tree. It is a tree. But we don't want to cover up the boat at all. Like, the boat, you don't want to cover up any of the boat. You want to be able to look at it from the outside, like from, like, the back garden perspective. But you do want to kind of, like, fill it in from the opposite side. So if you can see what we've kind of done here, right? So we've shrank the shape a little bit. We've made it a bit more 3D. We are, like, gradually building up a shape. And we want to keep doing this, just like following the shape around and gradually shrinking it, adding blocks to make it look random. We want to just add these blocks, and we just want to create a shell of leaves, pretty much. It's kind of like a turtle. It's a turtle boat. And we just want to create a shell of leaves, as you would like make any... I mean, if you guys have ever made a fake tree in Minecraft, I've made loads of these. You know, you just want to use that sort of technique in which you're trying to be random, but you're also trying to adhere to some sort of shape, right? Like, you don't want it to be completely, like, insanely random. Like, you do want to be able to see your tree and stuff, and you want to be able to see your boat. So we are just kind of, like, making a shell that the boat kind of sits in like this. We're going to add some here. We'll even add a little bit here. See what I mean? Like, you just want to randomize it a little bit. It doesn't want to be completely the same all the way around. It does want to look, nice and natural. And we're doing a pretty good job of it so far, I think. I mean, we're adding a couple of blocks in a few different, like a few different depths. We're adding some where, you know, where some should be. We're shrinking this a little bit. I think I'm going to add another layer on now. So another layer. You don't have to fill in all aspects, like all parts of a particular shape at any one time. Like, you know, no matter what layer you're kind of working on, you can see that we've got a lot of gaps there. Well, we can work on that afterwards, right? So we can, like, add in a shape here. So maybe we can fill in, like, a large portion of the thing now, like here. And then we can go back, like, we can have a look from the inside now, and then we can kind of, like, seal it up a little bit. Use as few blocks as possible, maybe like add one here. You know what I mean? Like, it just, at the end of the day, you want it to look random. That's all it is. Yours will look different to mine. Mine, you know, you might like the look of mine, you might hate the look of mine. I'm not going to spend it as long as possible, like making sure it's absolutely perfect, because this isn't the first time I've done this, but I'm going to recommend that you spend as much time on this as you need to make yourself happy. I've actually almost done this part of the leaves here. And this will make it, this will be pretty much how I want it, I think, like, maybe like this, like that. So, like, the back of the tree looks fine, looks like a normal tree. What does it look from the inside? Yeah, from the inside, that doesn't look too bad either. The only thing that I might want to do is, on the front, I might want to bring the leaves in a little bit, okay? So, I mean, what's that block doing there? Why is that all messed up? Why is that all dark? We can cover that up. I'm just going to bring in the leaves a little bit on the front. I'm just going to make them look 3D, because now it kind of looks, you know, like 2D and stuff. So I just want to add a little bit of bush and stuff like this. At the top, it's like just boring and flat. So I'm definitely going to add a little bit here. There we go. Because, I mean, trees aren't flat, really, ever. So, you know, something like that will look fine. That actually staggers down nicely. Something like this is good. Maybe connect this together a little bit better, just so that it doesn't look so weird, because it kind of does look weird like that. That looks okay, like that. And the front doesn't look too bad either. Might want to drop this part of the tree down a little bit. Might want to add a little bit more leaves here, just to make it, you know, just so that it doesn't look as though the leaves are hiding behind the tree. You know, like a cartoon character to, like, hide behind a tree or whatever. Like, yeah, that looks a little bit better. That actually looks completely fine, I think. You might want to add some more leaves down towards this part, but that actually looks great. It shows off the boat, and I think I've done a pretty decent job there. I don't think that looks too bad whatsoever. Nah, I kind of like that. The only thing that we might want to do from this point is you might want to grab a diamond shovel, or, well, you know, any shovel. It doesn't really have to be diamond. And I'm just going to dig around the bottom of the tree, and I just want to create like a bit of an area around the bottom of the tree. Oh no, all grass. I just want to create a bit of an area at the bottom of the tree like this. Don't have to delete every block, I suppose. I suppose I could leave in some of the flowers. I do like to see flowers and stuff in Minecraft. Like, something like this, just so that it looks as though, like, the bottom of the tree's been walked around a little bit. Maybe even destroy, maybe even do it a little bit at the back. You don't have to so much do it on the back, because that's, like, a lesser traveled path, but something like that looks really good. And that's pretty much all. That's the tree. That's the tutorial done, guys. Pretty much said and done. That is absolutely everything. Let me put away that dangerous weapon. And yeah, that's everything, guys. That's the tree. That's the tree house. I don't think I've missed a thing. It looks really cool in the back of the house as well. Like, it fits together nicely as it's supposed to. Like, this is literally like the tree house that you would find in the back of the Templeton house, the Boss Baby house. If you did enjoy this tutorial, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. I honestly would. If you want to see more by me, subscribe to the channel. Click the little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. Very, very important indeed. If you do want to see something specific, you'll have to comment down below and let me know. Otherwise, I won't know unless you let me know. Yeah, think about that sentence. I said that too fast. And then, and if you do want to make the Templeton house, the Boss Baby house, then please do remember that is in the card system and the description below. Like I said, I mean, they really are made to go together. Definitely awesome. And if you do want to see anything else by me, I mean, I've got a lot of cartoon and movie related builds. I'll let you figure out what all of this stuff is. Captain Underpants, Batman, Paddington, Steven Universe, Pat and Jen. You know, that sort of stuff. We do all sorts of stuff on the channel, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. I hope that you've enjoyed both of these builds this week. And I'll see you in the next video.